What up, guys? This is Paul the SA Badger. Thank you for tuning in as always. Now, in lieu of the new Venom / Carnage movie that just recently came out, and also Sideshow recently putting out the new premium format Carnage statue, I'm going to be doing a review today on that creator of Crimson Calamity old school Carnage premium format. Stay tuned.
Oh, got a live one here.
Alright guys, so as always, let's start off with box art. Now first off, let me let you know that these premium formats, Spider-Man, the Carnage, the Green Goblin, and the Venom, all came with their similar box art, just like this one. Now what this one is, guys, as you can see, there's Carnage right there. I really love that picture of the statue is just lunging out at you, jumping out at you. Carnage in yellow, bold. Of course, his signature black and red attire, the symbiote. But what's awesome about this box, or the boxes I should say, guys, is that they're decked out in comic panels of, and in this case, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think it's actually panels from the series of Maximum Carnage, okay? Now, I won't go into detail about every little panel that I see, it would just take too long. But some things here, for example, he's here fighting Venom. It says, is this family feud is this the family feud you wanted? That now I wasn't able to see it because there's some black markings to it. But yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. Right here he's with Jameson. Hi honey, I'm back. Can you guess who's going to help me go on a Venom hunt? Okay, and awesome, he's tearing the roof of a police car here, more comic panels. But yeah, guys, I mean, this is a beautiful, awesome, badass box. Honestly, if you were to see this in person, just jumping right at you like that, you probably, it'll catch your eye when you just look at it. But yeah, guys, there's nothing else to say about the box other than really the top, Amazing Spider-Man, some Sideshow notes on the side. But other than that, yeah, it's just decked out in those comic panels. And like I said, I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like Maximum Carnage. Anyway, guys, let's get to the statue. All right, guys, so let's get the statue review started. So first off, as always, let's do the base. Now, the base, it's kind of bittersweet for me. What I mean by that, guys, is that the base serves its purpose on it tells a story. Story is, what I'm getting from it at least, is the demolition of some kind of building, okay? You can see all the mangled eye bars, cross beams, etc. It says all mangled damage. My biggest gripe with the base, though, is a lack of color. But I can't really be too upset about that, okay? Because it's just, if it's a building, which it is, it's just a lot of concrete. You can't really make concrete too many colors. So there's kind of a lack of shade. I mean, there is shading, different colors in there, but it just seems like one big gray color, okay? Now, they did do an excellent job on the eye beams. You know, there's different shades, you know, kind of wearing, rusting there, etc. You know, but the base also, in turns, because it's kind of just one flat color for the most part, guys, is it provides that contrast for Carnage himself. So this is bland and this is very dynamic, and it makes him just pop out more at you, okay? Now, let's talk about the switch out. This is the exclusive switch out. It's his arm, his hand, okay? His switch out is the axe, okay? And as we know, guys, Carnage can manipulate and change his body and change it into weapons, in case you didn't know that, okay? All right. So I will say this right off the bat, guys. One of my biggest gripes about the axe is it doesn't hold up really sturdy. As you can see right there, down, just push it up like that, okay? Now, it's a strong magnet, but even though it's a strong magnet, it's still kind of like this. Don't worry about it, it's not gonna fall off. It does its job. I think it's an awesome exclusive, again, because Carnage can change his body, his limbs into weapons. He can actually shoot projectiles, kind of knives, whatever. Okay, but I actually never use this. I actually prefer how he looks just with the regular. Okay. Now moving up to the body himself, you know, One of my only other gripe with Carnage, guys, and this is probably the last thing, but I wish the red on him was more red. Okay, now it's not just the same color red throughout the body, guys. There, you know, different shades and shadows. There's, you know, on his pecs, there's different spots of lighter red, darker red, or whatever. I just wish he was more of a crimson, darker red, kind of like my shirt, actually. Because when I think of Carnage, that's what I think of, that like deep, rich red, kind of a blood red. In case you don't know the story of his symbiote actually got in through his veins, which is why he's red. So I think it should be a bit more red. Anyway, guys, his body, though, it actually looks like, best I can describe it as a skinned human. It just looks like that red muscle texture right underneath. Okay, awesome concept, and I really love the symbiote too. You know, the black part of the symbiote, it's not really overwhelming Carnage. In the back, I really love how, and these parts come out, guys, but I love how it's flaying, it's floating, it's alive, there's motion, there's movement. And again, it provides that contrast because the symbiote coming out right here is going back. A lot of the symbiote is flowing back, guys. The ones right here on his back are kind of moving forward. So, you know, there's a lot of motion, a lot of dynamic, you know, basically he's in action, he's ready to go. And the way the pose, I really love it because, you know, he's lunging out with this hand, his body is twisted, you know, with his leg, he's twisted. And this other hand, the left hand, is cocked back to do some more damage, some serious heavy duty damage to whoever it is he's fighting. Okay. The portrait, absolutely love it. You know, I think it's one of the most comic accurate portraits of Carnage. You know, there's his eyes, you know, they do have little spots of, you know, different reds and different shades and whatever. It's not just a solid white, guys. Okay, and the top of his head, again, those different spots of red here and there, different shades, different levels of red all through his body. I think it balances out, but again, I just wish it was more red. Okay. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's Carnage right there. That's my review of the statue. Stay tuned and I'll give you my final thoughts about him. All right, guys, so my final review on Carnage. Okay. Again, my only gripes about him are the color of the base, the looseness of the switch out axe, and the shade of red that they used. Okay. Was I disappointed when I picked this up? Absolutely not. You know, these are the things that overall, they're just nitpicking for me personally. It doesn't take away from him. It really doesn't. You know, when I see the statue now today, it doesn't bother me at all. Now with that said, comparing him to the new premium format that's out, the question is, am I gonna trade up, get rid of this Carnage, or put him away and get the new one? My answer to that, guys, is no. My biggest gripe with the new premium format is it's awesome. It's beautiful. It's badass. Don't get me wrong. But my biggest problem with it is that arm of his. I just don't like that it's one huge weapon. Okay. Now, even though Carnage does create these kind of huge, exaggerated weapons, I mean, that is him. He's a psychopath. I feel that should have been some kind of switch out. Okay, just like the axe was. Okay. I just don't really like the design of that. The weapon itself looks awesome, but there's just something about the arm itself, like where it's twisting into that weapon, that I don't know. I'm not really liking that. Other than that, it's badass. And don't get me wrong, probably when I see that thing in person, I might be changing my mind and picking it up. But no, I mean, at this point, guys, no, I wouldn't get rid of this Carnage for that one. I'm completely fine and happy with this one. An overall rating, you know, I'd probably give this one maybe like a 9.2. Okay. Again, you already know my gripes. I won't repeat them. Okay. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's my overall review on this Carnage. I've had him since he came out back a couple of years ago. And again, I don't have any complaints about him. I absolutely love him. But anyway, guys, I hope you liked this review. If you did, please subscribe. Please leave a comment. Please hit that notification bell so when I come out with new videos, Okay. As always, thank you for watching. And just remember, collect what makes you happy.